Hey up everyone, UFC Tampa just took place between Colby Covington and Joaquin Buckley, and it's safe to say that Buckley absolutely wallops Colby Covington. He got the doctor stoppage in the third round after Covington had like a really bad cut on his eyelid. I still don't know what caused that cut on the eyelid, but it was a bad cut and his eye looked like an absolute bloody mess towards the end of the fight, and the doctor just stopped it because the cut wasn't going to get any better. You know, Buckley kept on landing these brilliant jabs, and honestly, there were such good jabs, and Colby just didn't really react to them. It was like, I don't know, it's like he looks so slow. It's like he's just came out of a retirement home and got straight into the octagon. He looked really bad in my opinion. Like I don't know what to say. Like people saying, "Oh, Prime Colby," like people saying about watching Prime Colby wouldn't have lost. What is I think he would have. When has he ever beat someone in their prime? He's never done it. And when he came up against people in their prime, Usman twice, Leon Edwards, Buckley, he lost to all of them. Buckley did what he was meant to do. He was landing on the feet, landing great shots to the body, mixing it into the body, landing some nice leg kicks here and there. That jab was beautiful, landing some hooks here and there. Colby got a takedown in the second round. That was about it. But it was all Buckley, and Buckley deserves a big fight for his next matchup. And Colby, he's just best off retiring, I'm going to be completely honest. Now, after the fight, Buckley did call out Kamaru Usman while he said Leon, Usman and Bilal, and the crowd sounded like he cheered a lot louder for Usman, and Buckley said he'll go with anyone who got the loudest cheer. And he even said himself, yeah, Usman, that is a great fight. I think that's a fantastic fight. And I actually think, I don't know who I'll give that one to. It was kind of split in the chat. I think Usman takes that. I think people are sleeping on how good Usman actually is. I mean, people forget in his last performance, he took it on short notice against Hamzat and probably should have got a draw at the very least in that fight, but he obviously took the loss. So I think that would be a great fight. I think Usman would win, but I think that's quite a competitive fight, a fun fight. But that's a fight that Buckley deserves at this point. He's had a really good career resurgence, and I'm happy to see him get resurgence after, taking a few losses in the middleweight division. Now he's moved on to the welterweight, and he just started to all click with him. That's the best way to put it. It started to all click with him, and he's putting everything together, and it's working, fucking great for him. Not only that, maybe a fight against Leon, if he could turn around quite quickly for UFC London. I mean, he took no damage against Colby, so I wouldn't be against that. I think that would be another fun one, and as much as I love Leon, I think he could actually beat Leon. I'd favour Buckley against Leon rather than his chances against Kamaru Usman, and then maybe someone like JDM, which he could also win. I think JDM would win that one, but that would be another fun one as well. So there's many options for Buckley, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And the rest of the card in general, just a very solid card. I mean, we started off with a toilet break, so I did miss it. No, I missed it because I was playing Marvel Rivals. Yeah, that's poor of me, I know. But I was playing Marvel Rivals, so I missed that one. We then had Blackpool's finest, Davy Grant, in a very fun fight. That was a very solid fight. 38-year-old. He plants his feet when he throws hooks and he puts all the power into him. I love watching Davy Grant. He's if you're a UK MMA fan, you've got to get behind Blackpool's finest. After this, we had another snoozer, Miranda Maverick and Jamie Lynn Hoff. Quite a bit of a snoozer, I'd say. Like Brock Lesnar, like a female Brock Lesnar versus Zlatan Ibrahimovic, it looked like. After this, we had Miles Johnson and Felipe Lima. Decent fight, not the best, but a solid fight. After this, we had Sean Woodson, Fernando Padilla. Great finish by Sean Woodson. It does look. I was telling everyone in the chat, look out for this fight. Yeah, it delivered. After this, my boy Joel Alvarez got the win over Drakkar Klose. His flying knee to get the knockout, and then he held him up as he was about to go for a guillotine. As he was going for the guillotine, got in a few more shots, then realised his body was limp and let it go and got the finish. And Joel Alvarez deserves a big fight now. I want to see him fight someone like Jalen Turner. That would be such a banger. I think he deserves a big step up. I think he deserves a fighter who's got a ranking next to their name. Go for Jalen Turner. I think that would be an absolute electric fight. I don't know if he's any longer in the rankings, but it's still quite a decent name. I think that would be a banger of a fight. I'd love to see that. I think he deserves a big name next after beating Brenner, beating Klose. I think he deserves that and, finishing everyone. Joel Alvarez, he needs to get a big name in that lightweight division. If not, he said he'll be willing to move up to welterweight. His frame looked like it would, be quite well at welterweight, so I'll be happy with that as well. After this, we had Michael Johnson. He's on the lightweight title run. Islam, count your days. He is coming for Islam Makhachev. Ilia Topuria saw this KO and thought, you know what, fuck this. I'm staying back in the featherweight division. Just a brilliant knockout by Michael Johnson. Just that right hook. Brilliant. Sparked Otman Azataya out cold. Brilliant knockout from Michael Johnson. I think he's 38 as well. Brilliant for old people on this card. And then you also, to start off the main card, you had a bit of a boring fight between Navajo Sterling versus Tuco Tokos. Wasn't the best of fights, whatever fight really. Adrian Yanez versus Daniel Marcos. Man, I was really rooting for Yanez in this one. Thought he was going to get it done. I feel like he could have got the win in this. Like, the last minute was so frustrating to watch as a Yanez fan, because Marcos was like looking at the clock, turning away, walking away, like he's just walking down to the fucking supermarket. And Yanez was just like doing his Alex Pereira impression, just like when Alex Pereira was doing a walkout, just watching him like, why aren't you doing it? Even Paul Felder was like, why is he not throwing a kick? Why is he not doing something in a close fight? And it was a close fight. It was a fun fight as well, may I add. It was a very fun fight. I feel like Yanez was doing better outboxing him, but it was just Marcos, every time he landed, had a bigger impact, sending Yanez head back further and had a bigger reaction. Yeah, it's a very frustrating one. I believe Yanez can still come back. He's still my boy, you know, to quote Chris Weidman's dad. But that was very frustrating. After this, we had Vitor Petrino taking on Dustin Jacoby. Vitor Petrino, man, he's like the Alex Pereira from Wish, but just very shit. Very, very shit. Very, very shit. Like, don't get me wrong, he would wallop me. You would expect a pro fighter to beat me up. But yeah, Dustin Jacoby, it was a boring fight. And then Dustin Jacoby, it was so funny. I think I might have it clipped. Petrino throws a flying knee, and Mark goes, "Oh, Dustin, are you going to have that?" And then literally Dustin Jacoby straight after just fucking nails him with a right hand. Jacoby, you're just going to let him do that, mate? Just it reminded me of the Usman and Masvidal knockout in the second fight, and oh my god, that was a brutal knockout, knocked him out cold. After this, we had Manel Cap, Bruno Silva, another good one. Manel Cap was like the Neymar. He was like Neymar, just styling on Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva kicked Cap in the bollocks 3 fucking times. He was lucky not to get disqualified because it was the same kick every time as well. Then Manel Cap was taunting him, landing on him at will, constantly in flow state, and then he actually kicked Bruno Silva in the bollocks as well. It might not have been, but it kind of looked it to me. Depends on the angle you saw. And yeah, he went and just got the finish and was demanding Dana for a title shot. And then into the post-fight interview, he was like, fuck Kai Kara France, fuck Adesanya, fuck Moreno, fuck everybody pretty much, saying he deserves a title shot. And wow, what a performance by Manel Cap. But does everyone completely forget that stink against Makhachev? I'm not sure. Who should he fight next? Kai Kara France, Moreno, Royval, Tatsuro Taira, Usyk. There's so many names right now. I don't think he deserves a title shot after bouncing back from one win. I don't think that'll happen. I love Manel Cap. I want him to be champion. I don't think he will, and I don't think he deserves a title fight just yet. The co-main, Cub Swanson, Billy Quarantillo, banger of a fight. Absolute banger, and Cub Swanson with a fucking gigantic, ginormous, big, I can't think of any more big words, but fucking magnificent big right hand to flatline Billy Quarantillo. I think he should have retired then and there. Would have been the perfect retirement on a high note. Like Robbie Lawler, I would have liked that. Hopefully he retires after this one. I think he's kind of on the fence about it, but a great fight in the co-main. Just a really good card in general. The only 2 bad fights were the 2 women fights. Shock. But yeah, very good card overall. And that's what took place on the last UFC event of the year. What did you guys think about it? I thought it was a very solid card. I thought, you know, it did really decent. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think is next for Buckley as well? What do you think is next for Manel Cap? What do you think is next for Colby? I think it's retirement. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.